So yesterday we discussed Charlie 3, one of the first projects on the Cardstarter Launchpad. Now, this is a launchpad specifically for Cardano. It was originally built on ERC20. It will transition over to Cardano as it releases. This is something we talked about in yesterday's episode on this launchpad. Again, it was Charlie 3, the first project we were kind of looking at what's happened as far as price action. And now today we're covering this new IDO, GeroWallet. So we'll be looking at this a little bit more in detail, talking about some of the important things to understand. But one of the things I do recommend is always checking out for these projects for sentimental analysis on day of the launch. So this is when you can start essentially having early registration. The launch will happen, I think, in a couple of days from now, but from what I understand at least. But you can have pre-registration. It is basically open today. And a great way, again, to tell sentimental analysis is checking out their Twitter. You can follow their Twitter here. Like a tiny amount of followers. So when you're looking at sentimental analysis, it's like, okay, you see that this is kind of their main thing here. I'll retweet it right now. So you can go check out at investglobal_IO. You can check out the channel's Twitter, where I'm fairly active on, and see what's happening here. But essentially they describe themselves, at least in this tweet, as the all-in-one decentralized finance application designed to be powerful instrument and experience for all users alike. So I think kind of one that I see that's the yin to this yang is something like Yield App, YLD. They have not fully launched everything, but essentially what they're aiming to do, from basically the way that I explain it, is kind of the Coinbase, like how Coinbase is like the McDonald's. It's like the kind of mass entry for people to come in to the crypto space. So that's a centralized exchange. Now, we have other things like decentralized exchange that once you use Coinbase, now that you're in the ecosystem, then you can use the decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, Mooniswap, any of these you want to choose, you can use. But then if you contrast this with, okay, what's the on-ramp version that's not centralized, that's decentralized? What's the best version? I think something like Yield App could be this, GeroWallet could be this. If you're looking for plays in this space, this is one of the interesting things you can at least track, even if it's not necessarily investing up front. Sometimes it's good to just literally watch these on the sidelines. Obviously, sometimes you miss out. Like I kind of prefer participating personally, but if you're watching on the sidelines, typically when they have that public sale launch, so when they're listed on Uniswap, bots will pump the price up. It'll have that instant pump. So like people are on Uniswap refreshing, and it launches, and then the price gets pumped up and then dumps back down. So typically, if you are someone who can get in early on something like a IDO launch on Cardstarter, where the minimum is 500 cards, so do keep that in mind. I know that's kind of a lot for some people, but that's why I talk about things also like BSC Pad, where they have kind of a two-tiered approach, where the first is similar. We have a minimum requirement, and it's typically at minimum $5,000. I mean, which is pretty small when you contrast that with the stock market private sales, where if you want to be involved in private companies, you have to be an accredited investor. So that's over $1 million of net worth. So at least this allows access to some of the people out there that maybe can't afford that, or just don't have that net worth quite yet. And basically, you're able to participate in these in any of these projects when you meet the minimum requirements. But as I was saying with Binance Smart Chain Pad, they have this kind of two-tiered. So that's similar with the first one. And then the second one, anyone can get in before the public launch. Okay, so that's what's pretty powerful about that. Go check out my video on BSC Pad. Maybe I'll do a video kind of on like the top 5 Launchpad project platforms, TrustSwap, Dime, PolkaStarter, all these ones that we've talked about. And now when you have things like Akamfi and in these other projects popping up there and Cardstarter, it's just interesting to see the whole market, kind of take a bird's eye view in this and go, okay, what's launching over here? What's launching over here? I do like what GeroWallet's aiming to do. We can check out their website here and their Medium. So your master key to decentralized finance: effortlessly buy, store, send, and receive, and swap any asset all within GeroWallet. Okay, this is pretty awesome, actually. Maybe I might just do a completely dedicated video on the actual GeroWallet token. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to talk about. GERO. Sorry about that. So yeah, I was going to say I wasn't exactly sure what the tokenomics here are for GERO. Let's go check it out if it's on CoinGecko. So let's go CoinGecko over here and check out what exactly is going on. Gero. Yep, not on here yet. Okay. So typically if it's not on CoinGecko, it's not going to be on coin market cap. But if we look at cards here, you can see how much this would cost. To get into something like GeroWallets, it's $50 right now. I think the minimum is around, if I remember correctly, with Cardstarter, the minimum is around, it's going to be around like 1,000 cards, maybe 500 cards, something like this. But you get the point here. This is the GeroWallets IDO registration, kicks off here. You can see their Telegram here, their Telegram for GeroWallet. I would recommend checking out the GeroWallet Telegram. Also, the Telegram for this channel, Invest Global. We recently started this just a couple of days ago. Very, very awesome. Love seeing everyone active over there. You can check that out. Link in the description is just takes you over to the Telegram channel where I discuss things a bit more in detail. I talk about videos basically before they actually go live on YouTube and all these different things. So if we look over here, they basically say that it's perfect for the Cardano ecosystem between the gas wars. At the peak of the DeFi boom 6 months ago, ETH gas fees reached all-time highs. Transaction fees were as high as $700 to continue. I remember this. Today people complain about it, but it's like, man, they were very, very, very expensive. ETH gas fees are paid to miners and processing transactions. So basically, it's working to fix that. Like I say, this is supposed to be interoperable, kind of like Yield App, from what I understand, except it's newly launched. I'm very interested. Maybe I will do a detailed video on this because I just wanted to make this to kind of make you aware of what's going on with this IDO. So again, if you want to participate in something like this, essentially what you do is you will hook up your Web3 wallet, whatever you use. For example, this is just MetaMask here. And when you're on Cardstarter, so this is what the main website will look like. Then you go to app right here. When you're in the app, you can see the GeroWallets IDO progress. So the IDO status is currently for registration. So GeroWallet, they just explain it there. And then let's see. So swap rate currently is 1 ETH. So the ratio is 1 ETH to 480,001 Gero. Pool cap is, it's 300. 33,230,859.42 Gero. Access is private. Current participants is 0 because it hasn't fully launched yet. Because I wanted to put this video out before this registration process starts. So if you are interested in it, you can go ahead and do that. Personally, I'm not going to jump in today. I will be tracking this. I kind of like to look at it from a objective point of view, and again, kind of be like the bird's eye view and go, okay, what's going on here? How can I study this to see maybe future IDOs, how they'll work. I do participate in some of these Launchpads. So if you have any questions about any of those, if you want to see certain videos on these, if you want to see a dedicated video on Gero, which most likely I will do, probably around maybe the day that it does like the private sale or something. Gero's interesting. When you can identify a project that hasn't even been listed on CoinGecko, you have a pretty interesting opportunity. That's why I think, I would like to eventually participate in Gero. I think there's a lot of great things they're building here. They basically break it down. It's very, like I said, very, very similar to if you go on like Yield App website. So you're key to the DeFi world, access DeFi applications with complete blockchain compatibility. So basically interoperability, reliably stable. We maintain the highest standards for financial security compliance, and then interchain and multi-chain compatibility built on Cardano, user experience focused. So nice UI. And then that's a huge thing. As much technical details and jargon you want to throw in there, like the best possible things, it's got to be a smooth UI. It's got to be a nice user interface like Coinbase is. You see, that's how people come onto these platforms, like new people coming in, you bring older generations. Typically, they don't know how to use something like Hotbit, or like Binance may be a bit too confusing for them, or they're not, all they want to do is buy spot. They don't want to like leverage trade, okay? So how can we easily, frictionlessly adopt new people in? Well, it's using a user interface as slick, as easy as Coinbase, but applying it to DeFi. Currently, Coinbase has nothing really to do with DeFi. All they're doing is selling individual crypto assets on their exchange, which is centralized, and then you can shift off. They're not really doing anything in the decentralized finance space. So the closest thing to this would be like the Coinbase wallet, where you can set it up where you can access like Web3 and hook this up. But again, that's separate from the Coinbase exchange. But that's pretty much it for here. Like I said, go follow the Invest Global Twitter, investglobal_IO. Go follow GeroWallet on Twitter. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. Let's go here. Check out the Medium. We'll have everything linked down below in the description. You have Cardstarter pools. These are some of the past ones. We talked about Charlie 3 yesterday and SoMe. GeroWallet. That's basically it. Yeah. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, button all. Go join the Telegram, link down below in the description. Follow us on Twitter, follow GeroWallet. Do your own research, obviously, on this project, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Just to recap, like, subscribe, button all, invest global, and until next time.